How is everybody doing this morning? Throwback Thursday. Shout out to all the first responders and the nurses and doctors out there, everybody out there on the front line. Thumbs up to you. On this Throwback Thursday, yesterday, like everybody else, I got caught up in watching the Lakers take on the Orlando Magic, as well as taking on the Boston Celtics. Good games. Also, it's been 4 years since Kobe Bryant retired from the NBA. And with all that has happened in the world of sports and around basketball and so forth, and the Kobe Bryant situation, of course I had to watch the game. Years later, you look at the game totally different. Totally different, big time. The Orlando game, Jeff Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy, they should sit around and just have a discussion about what went wrong. That lineup, in today's NBA, that series and that final game, Game 6, will be a lot closer due to the way the NBA officiating is done today. That's just my opinion. That lineup was so small and the Lakers were so big, and that defense was something else. But in today's NBA, I think that series would have shifted and would have probably won a Game 7, the Orlando series. Now on to the Boston series. Oh, by the way, at the end of the Orlando Magic series when they won, Jeff Van Gundy said, in order, Phil Jackson has had three of the best players ever: Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant. That's what Jeff Van Gundy said right after they won the NBA championship against the Orlando Magic. Now let's go to the Boston Celtics series. If that Celtics series was played today, same players, same arena, all that the same, just change the referees in today's NBA style of calling the game. For one, I hate to tell you this, Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, and I want to say Rasheed Wallace would have all been ejected from the game. They would have been gone. They would have been no factor in Game 7. The game had some situations going on I totally forgot about. Horrible shooting by the Lakers. Both teams. The Lakers were horrible from the free throw line. Horrible. Kobe was 5 for 20 at one point. Totally forgot about all of that. But watching that game, Ron Artest saved the day for the Lakers. And Kobe Bryant's defensive rebounding saved the day for the Lakers. That's the only plus. That game had horrible shooting on both sides. But Kobe would have got ejected for the hard check on Rajon Rondo in the second quarter. Definitely ejected today. Gone, out of the game, bye. Paul Pierce would have got ejected for the hit on Paul Gasol. And Rasheed Wallace would have been ejected because it's Rasheed Wallace. They would have just ejected him from the game just because he's Rasheed Wallace. But that's what I got watching those two games last night. Even I'm a Laker fan, but just sitting back watching those games, knowing how the NBA is today, the Orlando Magic series totally would have been different. And that Boston series would have been totally different with those three players missing from those teams. Kobe would have been gone. Rasheed Wallace and Paul Pierce would have been ejected from that Game 7 in today's NBA officiating style. Look how petty the NBA officiating was the past 2 years. You had two friends who knew each other, who made a good play on each other. No harsh words, just basketball, street talk between friends. And that was taken out of context by the referees, and both of those guys were ejected. I wish I could remember the game. I believe it was Atlanta and probably Memphis early in the year where a situation like that. Former teammates probably in AAU or probably in the NBA. But the NBA referees are very, very petty. And that Boston Celtics series with the Lakers, Game 7, was some of the craziest situational basketball where the referees literally sat back and were watching the game. The referees in both of those, in that Game 7, were watching basketball. They were not officiating basketball. I like some of these rewinds and some I don't. That was a pretty cool one last night, not just because the Lakers won, not because it was just Kobe, but it was a classic series that I enjoyed to watch and just wanted to see what the NBA referees were doing. You know how I'm very critical of the referees. I think very highly of them. So I'm just wanting them to exceed their expectations. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. But check out some of these sports replays. Even though you know the outcome, just look at it from a different perspective, a different angle. Look at something you never thought you would ever pay attention to in a game. Maybe turn down the volume. If your team won, no matter what, your team won this game. Watch what the other team was doing. Or watch what your favorite player, why he didn't get off that game the way you thought he should have. Like the look on the Celtics' face right before tip-off. I've never seen a team look that way before Game 7. Something happened in that locker room before Doc Rivers said, let's go out here and play some basketball. Something happened. Somebody write a book or do a podcast and let me know. You guys enjoy the rest of your Throwback Thursday. I'm out. Peace. Enjoy.